All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day Hangouts, episode 140, the one where Hernan is driving the boat today. So he's hiding behind the Semantic Mastery logo, but we'll hear from him in a second. So, well, let's go ahead and start with you. Hernan, how's it going, man?
Hey guys, yeah, as usual, Windows starts updating, then the video driver fails everything like 3 minutes to Hangouts, to Hump Day Hangout. So it's a lot of fun, and I had to move to my Chromebook. So anyways, I'm here, I'm driving, I'm not as sexy voice as Bradley, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, we'll make do. We'll make do. So
yeah,
awesome. Well, Marco, we were talking about the weather right before we got started. So how's it going down there?
It's warm. Nothing new to report. Rain rolling in, afternoon rain. Beautiful this morning, nice and sunny. Can't beat it, man.
Not bad, not bad. All right, well, we got a few announcements to roll through, you guys. Let's see, going to start off the bat. If you're new to Semantic Mastery, by all means, please check out the Battleplan SEO Blueprint. And also, we got a link for you in case you want to find out some more about that. We're going to have a webinar. If you haven't, for some reason, picked up the Battleplan yet, you want to find out a little bit more about it, what you can get out of it. This is for you. It's short. It's going to be less than 30 minutes. We just want to give everyone a good overview and let you know some more about it. Also, if you haven't signed up at SERPspace for your free account for done-for-you services and some good tools and stuff, we've got the link there. Check it out, SERPspace.com. And then if you ever have questions during the week and you don't want to wait till Hump Day Hangouts and for frequently asked questions, you can always check out support.semanticmastery.com. All right, we got a really big and growing knowledge base, and we add commonly asked questions in there so that you can get faster answers. And then what I teased in Facebook, if you saw that live video, we just announced it to our mastermind yesterday, but we're going to have a meetup in September. All right, so it's going to be in Portland, Oregon, and we're still working on the exact date, time, and location. All right, but it's going to be around the 27th of September, and it's going to be in Portland, Oregon. So if you're in the area, we're going to have some details, or if you're a short drive away or whatever it is, or you want to just come. All right, this isn't going to be like a live event, not some big to-do. We want to get to meet people. We want to talk some shop, have some beers, and do a live Hump Day Hangout. All right, so we're going to have a lot more coming. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, and then we've got a special guest, I think, next week, right, Marco, for Hump Day Hangouts joining us?
Yep, we got a coup, man. We actually managed to book Mike Pierce to come in and hang out with us during Hump Day Hangouts and just share a bit of his knowledge for free for anyone who doesn't know Mike Pierce. He's the person that I consider to be the best technical SEO out there. I mean, we go back and forth all the time. I've known him for quite a few years. I don't know, dating back 3, 4, 5 years maybe, and I really respect the guy because of his knowledge, because of what he does and how he does it. He's ethical first and foremost, and so I'm really happy that he's coming through. And then also, I mean, just to break away from it, I mean that's news enough. But August is coming up. It's the 2-year anniversary of RYS Academy. Well, the 2-year anniversary of the launch. And so at first, I wasn't planning on really doing anything because people take my stuff and they make their own products out of it. But then, thinking about the people who have already purchased it, the people who are in there in the trenches and using it and making it work. And we've been in the lab and we've discovered just a whole bunch of things that can really benefit the people who are using RYS Academy. So we are going to update it sometime in August. I don't know when it will be updated. I don't know whether it's not really V2. I would just call it reloaded. It's just bigger, better, badder.
Awesome.
If it's possible, because it's working perfectly right now to rank whatever it is that you want to rank, or to help rank, to push link equity wherever you want it to go, to push authority. And of course, a lot of people just got in, right? And those who got in will benefit from being in there already at the current price or at the reduced rate because there was a coupon. but with more information, with more knowledge, with more training, and with more hours spent in the lab, it's going to cost more. The price will go up, and that's a guarantee. It's not a scarcity tactic. It's well worth 10 times what we're charging for it. And so, yeah, the price is going up.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Well, we'll definitely we'll be talking about that and get some more information out. Because yeah, even I don't know, Marco, we've got some information about the updates. I know I talked to you about this recently, but I mean, there's still a lot of stuff being figured out. So we'll definitely have more for people soon, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We just have to put it all together. There's training already in the can. We have a lot of stuff there. There's some things that we have to add that we've only done like very privately. There's other things that we haven't really shared on other Google properties that are just killing it. And so, you know, we'll just add it as part of the update.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
I really, it's just to add to what Marco was saying in terms of pricing and the ticket that we're putting in. Just think about it, guys, for a minute. Like, if you could put together a business based on that, or if you could put together a lead generation business based on that, there's some high ticket industries that you can go after with RYS Academy that they are really competitive. But with RYS Academy, it's like competition is not existent, right? So my point here is that you can build a business, you can pay it back like tenfold within, I don't know, 2-3 months, right, of implementing these techniques. So I think that's the way you should think about it, and the way you should, be looking at it as an investment in your business, and the tools that you can offer to your clients, right? If you're doing clients, or the tools that you can offer to your business if you're doing lead gen, because this is really, really powerful stuff. Some people are killing it, as Marco was saying. So I think that this is gonna be a good update, actually.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. And then just one last announcement before we get started, everyone. We're going to be talking with Lisa Allen next week. So we'll have some emails going out there if you're interested in that. Keep your eyes open. Lisa's awesome. We've talked to her before. She does a lot with RSS. And if you listen to us, hopefully you're doing stuff with RSS feeds. So keep an eye out for that. That's guaranteed to be a good one. She's always got some good information, and her tools are top notch. We use them. They're just awesome. So I'll leave it at that. Some more information will be coming out. So check your emails for sure. So you guys got any other, we got any other announcements, or are we good?
No, I think we're good. Unless Marco has anything, we can jump into questions right away, because we have a bunch of
Let's do this, man.
All right.
Let me know when you can see my screen, because again, I'm on this thing.
Good to go.
Okay, very good. So let's start with Jipka. Jipka, I hope I pronounced that right. So, hey guys, just got the Battleplan recently and I loved it. Thank you, buddy. I originally started as an SEO and now turning money to lead gen. My question is, what mix of services would you approach small business with today's day? For example, if I'm calling the roofing companies in Home Advisor, I try to show them the long-term branding benefits of SEO, higher quality jobs that I can get them through AdWords. I'm doing okay with 4 clients right now, but their retention becomes a problem. Please shine some light on the marketing mix, which will make sense for their shoes, mainly home improvement industry. I love this question. This is a great question, and I hate that Bradley's not here, because he's the one, taking over the contractor side of things. And it's funny that you asked that, because we're trying to launch. I don't know how open am I supposed to do with this, to be with this, but we're trying to launch a new, traffic agency. I think we mentioned this in the past, but the idea is to focus on contractors initially. And yeah, we're doing it the way you were doing it initially, offering PPC services to show results right off the bat, right? And then while you do that, you optimize their website, or your website if you do a lead gen, your website, in order to show results in the long run. You can add, for example, YouTube videos in the mix. Those do really, really well. And as long as the video, as long as the video is ranked, you can get a decent, flow of leads going through your lead gen website. Then you can offer email marketing, which is another good thing. Not many contractors are doing it, and you don't have to develop a super complex follow-up sequence with active campaign and behavioral sequences. None of that. Like, actually, just send subscribers or past clients an email every 15 days or every week, you know. And that's another service that you can add, because most of these businesses, they have a gold mine on their own clients, right? But usually we do this, and I'm guilty of this as well, to go out there and try to get new clients and new leads without squeezing the existing list that you already have, you know? So I would definitely go after PPC and SEO, but also you can throw YouTube, like video marketing. You can throw email marketing in the mix. And also what you can try to do, and this is depending if the website is yours or you're working on their own website, you can do some CRO, which is conversion optimization, right? Conversion rate optimization. So that could be something that you can charge hourly for. So it's as simple as installing a heat map or installing, you know, Google Analytics and seeing where the leaks or where, like, what's the path of a visitor. You know, they visit the homepage, then they leave. Why do they leave? How can you put them back up, put them back on the website, etc., etc. So I think your marketing mix, it is there. Like, if you're talking about retention, I think it's about results. If you're going for, I don't know, if you're losing them at the 4-month mark, maybe that's because you're not getting the results or you're not managing the expectations that they have correctly. You need to be really clear with them. You need to tell them, okay, for this amount of money, you can get X amount of leads. And then when SEO kicks in, you can get more. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I saw that and I was thinking in terms of what you can do with that if you are losing clients that, you know, you're going to have churn no matter what. But look at how you're presenting the information. If you're actually getting them leads and they're closing, then something else is going on. So like Hernan's saying, manage expectations. You know, if you're promising them 10 leads and you're only delivering 4, you need to, you know, close that gap somehow or lower their expectations. But also maybe when you bill them, if it's monthly, send them not only an invoice, but say, and I know this sounds kind of cheesy, but say, hey, on, you know, for this, making up numbers, $1,000, you've got 5 leads at an average value in your industry of, you know, $15,000. You made, you know, this much more than what you paid me, or a multiple of what you paid me. You know, have a nice day. So just be sure to remember to reinforce the benefits if they're there. If they're not, then that's the problem. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you're in the, like, I would be worried if you're only offering SEO at this point, right? Because you have so many tools that you can give them leads with, you know. So I think that you know, try to keep up and try to manage expectations. And yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of communicating the value that you're providing to them, as Adam was saying, right? So. Okay, Roysap, he's saying, having problems getting new applets to run on my RSS feed. Applet check and RSS feed check, but when I post on my WordPress blog, it does not trigger. On the old IFTTT recipes, you used to be able to get them to trigger any suggestions. Well, Roy, it's kind of hard to answer that right off the bat, because we manage, I don't know, thousands at this point of IFTTT networks, and I don't think we have had any issues. So it might be some issue with your blog, with your WordPress blog, or the way the applets are working right now. I definitely, you know, it's hard to answer that. My suggestion. Yeah, go ahead.
I have an easy suggestion that he can check, which is almost always the case. Sometimes the site title will get stripped for whatever reason. There's no telling when it will happen. There's no telling why. So all he has to do is go into his WordPress admin, go into settings, click on general, and make sure that the site has a title. It says site title right there, right under general settings. He can add a tagline, you know, to explain what the website is about. He doesn't have to, but there has to be a site title for the feed to trigger. So that would be the very first troubleshooting that I would do, is that if that isn't it, then he has to start checking for plugins and a whole bunch of other stuff that we can't get into in this forum. He can reach out to us privately for one-on-one and see, because we'd have to go through the whole thing and see where it is that it's failing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And also, Roy, it sounds like If you're not into Syndication Academy, you should definitely get into it. If you're already in it, you can definitely drop this question in the Facebook group, you know, so we can follow up with it. So Brian, what's up? What's up, Brian? Hi, Semantic Mastery buddies. I decided to rank a money site with a simple silo structure. The site is 2-year-old and being dormant as I had not connected an IFTTT syndication to the blog, only to the YouTube videos. Okay. I think I triggered an over-optimization penalty with my blog posts, and with Hernans advice, I did a press release about a week ago for anchor text dilution. How long do you think I should wait before adding more content to my silo? Hesitant. If you're interested, here's a link to my silo. I would be honored if you gave me your thoughts on it. Many thanks. Okay, Brian, we cannot like go in depth into your, you know, your silo because of time constraints. But if you already made a press release, I would definitely start adding more content because you need to activate that IFTTT syndication network once more. So I would definitely start like blogging twice a week or 3 times a week, keeping it easy on the keywords, right? Also the internal link building that you're doing, because I want to believe that you're linking from your posts to your internal pages, and you want to keep that diluted as well, right? Because you need to have kind of a balance between the external links that come to your website and the internal links, right? You can trigger an over-optimization penalty no matter what. Like if you're diluted on the external links, but you have like a footer with thousands of backlinks to the internal pages with the same keywords, you're gonna be over-optimizing anyways, right? So you wanna be, right now, if you're certain that this is an over-optimization penalty, I would definitely, you know, start blogging, because you want IFTTT syndication. It will help you. It will definitely help you de-optimizing your anchor text profile, because again, one of the links will go back to your website, to the blog page, and one of the links will go back to the homepage with your brand and your URL, right? So that will help you out. Start blogging again because you want the bots coming back, and wait for a bit before starting building more backlinks. I would wait for at least 3 weeks, having in mind that we talked like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I would wait for another 2 weeks to see what's the impact of the press release, right? Usually the press releases get indexed pretty fast, but nonetheless, since you're diluting your anchor text, I would take it slowly, right? Start blogging back. That would be my suggestion. Start blogging back. Take it easy on the keyword density inside of your website, right? And then link within your website with long anchor texts, or with URLs only, or with, you know, branded terms, and then see what happens before start building more backlinks. Do you guys have any other suggestion for Brian over here?
Yeah, I'd like to add a disclaimer that we're not responsible if you post your link when we're doing our Hump Day Hangouts. These are public, and you're making your document public, and so it can and probably will get spammed, because there are people like that. There are assholes like that who will do that. So my first advice to you, Brian, get rid of that link like immediately.
Right.
And go create another document. Change it. Go create another spreadsheet where you add all of that, because you're going to get spammed. I mean, that's almost a guarantee. Someone's going to see that, and they're going to just go to town. So please remove that, or remove the post. Another thing that he could do is add another press release and link to, you know, that's what we've been doing, right? Press release stacking, where we link up to the first press release from the second, and then to inner pages, and then but just anchor text has to be minimal. You don't want to do keyword anchor text. Keep it naked. Keep it URL. Just think outside the box on how you can dilute your over optimized anchor text. That would be my advice. But please get rid of that link and go create another sheet.
Yeah, I agree with Marco. Have in mind, guys, that these events are public. So, you know, if you want to protect your assets, go ahead and follow that suggestion. And this is also a Google property, right? Plus.google.com. So have that in mind. Ed is up. Hey, Ed. Hello, guys. Hopes everyone's summer is going well. Well, my winter is going well. It will become summer in 20 days or so, maybe 10 days. I'm going to South Florida, so, but everything is well, thank you. Picked up the Battleplan on day 1 and got some pretty stuff out of it. Thank you, Ed. Does anyone know what's going on with Chip Feeder? I went in to match some feed yesterday's for the first time in a couple of months, and I got an error message every time stating that the URLs are invalid. I tried many times, many different feeds, and even tried FeedBurner version with no luck. It's shut down. Maybe, Ed, I wouldn't know. In any case, you can go to, for example, feed.informer. I think it's like this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here you go. Feed.informer.com. This is another masher. This is a lot like Yahoo Pipes back in the day. It's not as powerful, but it will do the trick. Okay, and this is still alive and kicking. So this is another option. And again, Ed, if you have any other question, go ahead, because we have some other stuff for you on the Facebook group, right? On the private Facebook group. This question is for Bradley. During one of the advanced webinars with regard to RVR Pro and other webinars, you had mentioned we could boost our more stubborn, more competitive videos by adding that specific video URI on a shorter version into 30 or so other videos description, which I clearly understand. It is okay and optimal to do this on the same channel that the stubborn video is on, or should be the satellite video on a separate channel not associated with our main account for better results. Okay, Ed, I'm gonna give you my insight on this. I have had good results with using that video. Like, you know, on YouTube Silo Academy, we emphasize the importance of treating your YouTube channel as a silo in and of itself. This means that you can, you know, you can target, you can power up your videos with using correct silo structure, with, on this case, would be playlists, right, and video descriptions. So that is to rank a video and to help, you know, those stubborn, small competitive videos with the help of other videos. Like I've done this in the past with, for example, Hangout Millionaire. If a video for some reason wouldn't budge, what I would do is to create more videos on the same channel and even on the same playlist, and link back from the description of those videos to the videos that I'm trying to rank, right? Because this is like, you know, when you have, I don't know, 10 blog posts that are pointing back to the money page that you want to rank. This is kind of the same, okay? So this is my experience. I would love to hear Bradley and maybe Mark's experience as well, but this is my experience in terms of boosting a video that's on the same channel, on the same playlist, some cases, because again, if you're having videos, let's say that you're having videos about plumber in Virginia, right? And you wanna rank plumber Virginia, and then on the same playlist, you have plumber and then the different suburbs of Virginia, right? The different cities within Virginia. So it would make sense, topically, it would make sense to link from all of those videos to the more competitive video, which would, on this case, would be Plumber Virginia. Does that make sense? So I would definitely advise you to try this out with the same videos within the same playlist, and you can add more videos to power up that video, that stubborn video, and drop a link from the secondary quote-unquote videos to the video that you're trying to rank. Okay, that's exactly what Hangout Millionaire would do on Autopilot, and you can drop a link from a video that you want to rank on some, you know, 100, 200 other videos of the same channel, right? This is a spam tool, an automated tool. So I wouldn't advise for a channel that you care about, but I would definitely go with this strategy. What do you guys think?
I totally agree, and not only would I do that, I would create a playlist with associated videos or related videos that belong to someone else, but making sure that you've gone into their channel, to that particular video, and given them like a really good comment, a really good review, and then a link back to your video or your playlist, so that you feed off of them. Now, some of them will stick and some of them won't. That's why you have to make sure to take a look that it has stuck. then you know, what hasn't stuck, you remove from the playlist, but what has stuck is going to pull, you know, it's going to jack. I call it juice jack. It's going to jack juice from that other channel and feed your channel and your playlist. So that's another thing that I like to do.
Pretty cool. So there you have it. Ivan is up. Hey guys, if I use a virtual machine on the Google Cloud platform to create personas account, do you think that there will be footprint issues? Definitely, Ivan. I wouldn't doubt it. Like I'm on Chrome right now and I'm leaving a footprint somewhere. You know, you need to have in mind that, I mean, for example, we talked about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, about how Google Cloud Platform will allow WordPress sites, right? So if you want to hide something in plain sight, you should use that. But I wouldn't use it for creating personas, for example, because you would definitely create a footprint. Everything that Google touches, it's recorded somewhere and it's, you know, logged somewhere. So I would definitely advise against this because, of course, it would leave a footprint. But I would leave Marco to answer this because I know that he's deep in the lab and reading patents and whatnot. What do you think, Marco?
It's a Google property. Anything that you use in Google, Google gets direct information. I mean, there's no way around it. Even when you go and eliminate, you know, a lot of people go and eliminate their history and a whole bunch of other stuff. But just because you eliminate it from your profile does not mean that Google has eliminated it from some data center somewhere. Right, it's still out there. And so to me, going out into a virtual machine in Google platform and creating a persona account, I don't see how you can avoid leaving a footprint. I would use that if I wanted to leave a footprint. If I wanted Google to follow the breadcrumbs back, you know, you're leading the beast to the trap that you set rather than the other way around. Because right now you're setting a trap for yourself, but set it so that whatever it is that you're doing, you actually do want Google to follow and to see and to track.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, that's the whole point of what we're doing, right? Hiding sites in plain sight, or hiding things that you want, or actually coming and getting Google crawling your stuff that you strategically put there for it to crawl, right? So Jay is asking, I've been using SERPspace IFTTT ring content marketing heavily to improve a new website search profile such that as of today, its domain authority is only 3 and its page authority is 19. I recall in previous Semantic Mastery training, like really previous, right, Jay? This could be a problem. I don't see in my notes a recommendation. How do you recommend to raise the domain authority? What would you suggest today? Okay, so number one, I would suggest that you don't give a shit about domain authority. Sorry about that, but that would be my intake on it, number one. Number two, domain authority, Jay, it's a MOS metric. So it doesn't matter how hard you push it, you need to wait to MOS to update their database. And they do it sometimes every month, sometimes every 2 months. So it's like pushing for a public PR, you know, a PageRank release. It doesn't make any sense because by the time they updated their data center, or the day after they updated the data center or the database, whatever you want to call it, it's already down, it's already outdated. The same happened with PR, you know, PageRank, when Google will launch a PageRank update. Everywhere was crazy about it, but I kept saying, okay, that's great. But the day after that, it doesn't work anymore. So I wouldn't pay too much attention, Jay. Also, because again, it doesn't matter how much you push it. It won't budge until MOS updates their database, right? So have that in mind. Trust flow and citation flow, they're different beasts because Majestic is crawling and updating them pretty much, right? But domain authority, page authority, not at all. Also, you need to have in mind that these domain authority, page authority, they are spam metrics. If you want to jack up domain authority and page authority, what you need to do is to order don't do this, by the way, but if you want to do this, you need to order a 5,000 GSA blast from Fiverr. That will jack up your domain authority. Now, in terms of ranking, that will burn your domain to the ground, right? Yeah. So I've said it before, I jacked up domain authority and page authority with pure spam. I jacked up domain authority with spam, subdomain spam, you know, spam in subdomain. That's why I don't trust these metrics. Because again, you're burning it to the ground if you want to do something like that. Do you guys want to add anything to this?
Yeah, I touched on this. I think it was last week or no, our mastermind webinar. And I think I can talk about it here. Where right now, where Google is going, or where it is right now, and we predicted this a while back because we've been talking about entities for so long, just telling people concentrate on your brand, on your entity, on your validation, verification, and now solidification. You solidify your entity by going into your Google My Business verified listing and using all of the tools that Google has given you. Now, this is one place where I actually listen to Google. I'm not going to drop the F-bomb here, but I usually say F Google because I don't give a crap what they say. But on something like this, where they give you access to the inside and they bring everything to try to like hermetically seal everything and contain it so that they can keep an eye on everything that you're doing. Well, that's the perfect place to go in, like we did with RYS Academy, to go in and start really manipulating anything and everything that you can get your hands on so that Google sees, okay, so this is an entity. It's verified. We know what the entity is. We know what it's about. It has products. It has services. It has hours. It has people. We got pictures of the staff of the building. If you fake it till you make it. If you have to fake the pictures, then so be it. But I mean, you have to go to that point. And the wonderful thing is, and I just saw it. Well, I've been seeing it, but Google actually gives you metrics when you're ranking in the 3-pack with your GMB, and you get calls on from your GMB listing. You actually get those analytics. They give you a monthly report. I mean, that's so good of them. That's so nice of them to let you know how well your spam is working. Because I saw that from out of nowhere, you know, we had 7 calls on something that I wasn't even expecting to rank because all we did was verify the business. And by the way, it's a business in New York City. And so getting 7 calls from just verifying a map in New York City, it's not, I mean, it tells you just how powerful this little tool that Google is giving you really is. So go in, build that mini site, post, and I can't get into the rest because that's probably gonna be part of the RYS Academy update on how you can leverage all of that to really blast Google. I mean, just hit RankBrain right between the eyes and make RankBrain to do whatever it is that you want it to do. So anyway, just another nugget for you guys. Go and play in that Google My verified business. Forget metrics, forget trust flow, forget citation flow, topical trust flow, domain authority, page authority. There's people who really know how to use that to their advantage, but that's because they understand the underlying algorithms, and you don't want to get that deep. What I've just given you is better than I think anything you could have paid for. So there you go. You got it free.
There you go. So Mohammed is up. Hey guys, I've been setting up a simple silo structure and I'm about to set up the redirects category to page. Okay, very good. One of my silos is about home selling. So the page and category are called sellers. But the URL for the sellers page is domain.com/sell your home, not domain.com/sell sellers. Can I still set up the redirects? I mean, you still can, Mohammed. I don't see why not. Like when you're doing redirects, you can still set up that. We recommend that you have at least the keyword that you want to rank for, or the, like, for example, sell your home will be, I think, a more relevant URL than that sellers. But you can still set up the 301s. Yeah, you can still set up the 301s redirect.
If I can just add to that, the idea that Bradley has put forth on this is for the category and the page to share the same slug.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, he's made it very clear, and you can go and check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Semantic Mastery. Use the channel search and search for simple silo structure, and you'll see exactly, I mean, just step by step how Bradley does it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you can still set up, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Marco, and you're right. You can still set up the 301s, but yeah, I agree with Bradley on that regard, that they should have, that they should share the URL, you know? So on the same site, Real Estate Agent, my client is asking about our resources page, which would mostly be links to companies that home buyers are recommended to call for things like property maintenance, home cleaning, insurance, etc. Is this a good idea from an SEO perspective? I already know follow all external links if that's relevant. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. As long as they're non-competing, I'm assuming that if this is a local guy, the links that these websites or these pages will not have a huge authority in terms of traffic. Maybe some of them would, but not all of them. So it's not like, it's not a bad idea. Worst case scenario, what you could do is to set up a no index tag on that specific, no index to follow tag, that specific page, right? So if you already know following the external links, that shouldn't be a problem. But then again, if you want to test it out, you can set up a no index to follow page like we do, for example, on our contact pages, on their disclaimer pages, which is, you know, mostly duplicate content, like 80% of it, because it's legal jargon. And you want that to be, you know, we usually set up as no index to follow, right? Because you want those internal links, that internal link sheets to keep flowing through the website. So I recently ordered a Drive stack plus Google Sites, and it was finished at the end of June, okay? The end of June, right? So 12 days ago. I also ordered a press release, which was also currently indexing. However, in the 2 weeks since the stack was done, I'm still dancing in the SERPs for my main keyword. I slowly rise and I hang out on page 2 for a while, then suddenly down to page 3. Am I senselessly driving myself crazy by watching the SERPs in the first place? Do PRs and stacks save a lot of time for work? I would say that, yeah, you're senseless driving yourself crazy by watching the SERPs because you shouldn't be worried about that. They usually, I mean, it all depends, right? Like that's the magic keyword of SEO. It depends on your competition. It depends of who are you competing against. It's not the same if you're doing a stack for a local business, medium, low competition business, that if you do it for a cutthroat business like credit cards, right? Press releases, they may take some time. We already answered a question about that. So be patient, right? Be patient because again, this is Google way of dangling the carrot, you know, for you to bite. What do you think, Marco?
I think that it's normal. It's 12 days, end of June. Let's call it 14. Let's call it 2 weeks. There's a 3-week period before the Google dance settles down. And then that's when you go and check the SERPs. And I hope when he says that he's SERP watching, that he's not going in and typing in the keyword, and because that's another can of worms that we don't want to get into. But I hope you're using some type of rank tracker that you can just go in once every few weeks, not every day. I mean that's a really good way to get a friggin' ulcer. To watch us go up and down and up and down, and oh my God, what am I gonna do? What, you know? And my client, you worry about the client, the report. What are you gonna say in the report? Whatever. We make it clear. Google Dance, 21 days. You wait for it to clear. Once it's cleared and you see where your Google stack ends up, that's where you decide what to do next. Now you should, I would have saved the press release to link to the drive stack once it stopped dancing, if it needed to be pushed up, or send it somewhere else. Because if you sent that press release anywhere near the stack while it was dancing, right? If you link to it, then you just set it dancing again and could have extended the period to, I think it's 70 days. And so you're actually doing more harm than good. Now, I don't have that information. I'm just letting people know that this can happen. And so just leave it alone. Leave it alone. The best advice I've ever, and people who are in RYS Academy can attest to it, that the best thing you can do once you get your stack is just leave it alone until it settles at the place where it's going to settle. And then you decide what else it needs. Perhaps some link building, an expired domain for more juice, siloing the drive stacks for local relevancy, adding local relevancy to that. I mean, there's so many things that you can do, but you can't do anything unless you know for sure where it is and that it actually does need more.
There you have it. So yeah, I think we discussed this. It wasn't mastermind, I think, about typing your URL on the search engines and the effects of that. But anyways, Glenn is asking, have you tried curating videos like you do content, where you take two different sources and mash them together with a quick intro and outro, citing the sources in either video, description, or both? Any considerations of that being on that being not cool and getting your account banned? Yeah, great question, Glenn. Yeah, we do it. Like, we do it all the time. As long as you're doing, you're citing the sources and you're, curating, meaning adding commentary to that video, right? And keeping it original, I would say, for the most part, because remember, guys, like, now you have automated text to speech or audio to speech, right? So you will have automated transcription of every video that you upload on YouTube, So have that in mind. Try to keep it as you keep your curated content, try to keep it as original as possible. But yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great, like, I wouldn't do what someone calls video remixing, which is just, blatantly copying someone or, mashing two videos together. It's like video spinning, right? Or video remixing, where you grab two videos that make absolutely no sense and you get a shitty piece of video after that. I wouldn't do that. But if you want to take the time of going through that, then yeah, definitely. That's a great way of creating content. As long as you're citing the sources and as long as you're, adding value to your viewer, right? So, Lori, hi everyone. Hey Lori, happy Hunt Day. Has anyone found a solution for phone verifying accounts for syndication rings? We have a Verizon phone plan where we could pay as little as $5 a month and change numbers if often necessary. I'm pissed at myself, but I let it go over 90 days without paying, and now the plan isn't available. The only plan is to pay 30 bucks per month, which isn't a lot, but still hoping for another option. I checked with one other carrier, but their phones have SIM cards, which means you have to pay for a new SIM card each time you want to change phone numbers. It's so random as far as how often you need to verify accounts. I'm just trying to find the cheapest method out there. I don't set up rings all that often, but I actually kind of enjoy it. Me too, Laurie. Also, at one point I mentioned being able to purchase phone verified accounts, but I wasn't able to find where it was discussed. I checked on Fiverr, it didn't come up much there. Thanks for always providing quality advice. Well, good question, Laurie. If I'm not mistaken, Adam, please correct me if I'm wrong, because we were working heavily with the SERPspace guys on this regard. And yeah, maybe we will need to ask Roman about this, but how are our VAs still doing it? Are they still getting SIM cards on the Philippines, correct?
I'd have to check, so I don't want to say, since it's been about 2 months since I've dealt with them directly, so I don't want to say, but yeah, we can ask and, and figure it out. Actually, I was just talking to Roman. Let me ask him and I'll get back to you.
Sure, okay, that would be cool. So we can answer Lori live. So yeah, hang tight, Lori. We're getting you an answer.
Actually, the SIM method in the Philippines stopped working. I know that from Jason. which is
Oh,
why
okay.
we had to go to the phone verified account. And
There
I'm
you go.
trying to find the guy.
The bulk PVA.
Yeah, bug PVA.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's at bulkpva.com. I know there's a couple issues, but they were having issues with their accounts, but they got it back up. It sounds like. I know Bradley and a couple others got it. Sounded right. I'm recalling a thread about that.
Okay, very good. So there you have it, Lori. I mean, get a PVA account pretty much. There's these other Russian guys, which is by bulk accounts, I think it was. By bulk accounts. Yeah, no, this is not the one. But yeah, let me hand it down, Lori, and I'll put it on the thread on the event as well. So let's keep moving. Greg, hi. WordPress, as of an update 2 months ago, now adds no opener, no refer to no follow links. Rel no follow has now become rel no follow, no opener, and at times rel no follow, no refer, no opener. What is your insight of this, and does this affect anything of us? Well, Greg, good question. I don't usually, like, if I want to set up a no follow link, I just put the no follow tag on the HTML code myself manually, right? Because if you're using rel no follow from WordPress, you can get some of this. Now, just to be clear, this is like a safety measure that WordPress is taking. Meaning what? Meaning that I was investigating a little bit before that because I saw this question. I think it was pretty interesting. So the no open, like blank, meaning the you know, you click on URL and it opens to a new tab or a new window. They can quote unquote take over, or if they are like, for example, if the target URL gets a lot of JavaScript and gets a lot of resources and whatnot, those resources will be impacting in your website performance, because at some point they're using an operator called window opener, right? So that's kind of a vulnerability, a safety measure that WordPress took. So that means that no follow, no opener, or no refer means that you're not passing refer information to the target. So the target on Google Analytics will not know where the visit is coming from. Okay, that's the no refer. And no opener meaning that if you do a target blank, you know, when you click on it and it opens a new window, it will avoid these resources dragging your own page. That's what I understand about it. Now, the simple answer would be get rid of those. You know, the simple answer will be, if you want to no follow the links, just no follow them manually on a menu, or on even the content itself of a WordPress site. Just no follow them manually. Just get rid of the no opener, no refer. I have no data right now that is impacting in any way, shape, or form the performance of SEO, because the only thing that you care about on a no follow is that the Google bot doesn't follow that link, right? So it stays on your own ecosystem. Now, have in mind that the no follow is just like a suggestion for the bot. Like, the bot can actually follow that link if it wants to. The same with robots.txt. There are suggestions on how to treat your website. If you want to block a bot completely, you need to use htaccess, because again, the server is not serving the robot. Okay, so that would be my take on it. I don't know what you have to say about it, Marco.
No, I totally agree. Just, if you don't want it, get rid of it. Understanding that there is a security issue when you add the blank, right, to open in a new page, because people can then change the redirect or the destination, right, of the window opener object. I don't know if I'm getting too technical, but that's what happens when you use the target equals blank tag. And so, and there is a code actually. If you go online, there is a code where you can get rid of it. I would not do that, because one of the things that you're doing is you're coding to allow unsafe link target. And I don't think that's something you would want to do. This is a security measure. If you don't like it, take it out. I would leave it because it's security. And this is one of the things where Google gets anal sometimes. that you're giving your users this extra security measure, and it might actually be beneficial. Although right now, as far as SEO, it's neutral.
There you have it. All right, so let's keep moving. David, please talk about the landing page you suggest for AdWords pay-per-call. I have heard it's only necessary to run the ad, but beyond that serves no purpose. As a result, it only needs to be bare bones. Is it true that you emphasize a more elaborate landing page? Okay, David. So this is kind of the, I would say, local Kimpin turf and Bradley's turf. I would tell you my experience when it comes to landing pages. Every landing page needs to be compliant. Even further, if you are sending PPC traffic. On this specific example, it will be AdWords pay-per-call or AdWords PPC, or on my case, for example, Facebook. They need to be compliant, right? Now, because as a matter of fact, when you're launching a new campaign, most of the time, if your account is new, if you haven't run a campaign before, you will get manually reviewed to make sure that your page, even further in the case of Google, right? But you will get manually reviewed to see if your page is compliant. Compliant meaning that you need to check their guidelines, but meaning you have a menu on AdWords side of things. You have a menu, you have contact information, you have disclaimer, policy, earnings disclaimer, those kind of things. So as to make sure that you're not deceiving the visitor. So for AdWords pay-per-call, it needs to be bare bones, because what you're trying to achieve is people to call, right? Tap to call, whatever. So it does need to be bare bones. Now, when you're combining pay-per-call with pay-per-click, then you're getting into more complicated terms in terms of the landing page, right? When you're developing a landing page. So pay-per-call, it only needs to be bare bones because people will not be actually visiting your website. But if they do, you want to have that page be, number one, compliant, and number two, you want it to be attractive, and you want it to convert rather than being attractive, right? Because I've seen pages, beautiful pages that they do not convert, and ugly as fuck pages that they convert at an 80% rate. Okay, so I rather have leads than a beautiful page, if you ask me. But in this case, it only needs to be bare bones, and you need to be compliant, because people will not be actually visiting your page, right? Now, if you're like me, you're combining pay-per-call with pay-per-click, and people sometimes will call, sometimes will click on the ad, and you want it to convert, right? But then again, this is kind of the more local Kimpin turf. You're welcome to ask this on some of the Facebook groups, or maybe the next Hump Day when Bradley's here. Caesar's up. When would you recommend implementing JSON-LD markup via Google Tag Manager on a page versus using microdata? Well, Caesar, if you're changing JSON-LD, I'm always doing it manually, right? But some people will actually prefer, because of ease of use and maybe ease of changing. So if you're changing stuff, which you shouldn't actually on JSON-LD, not that much anyways. But if you're, for some reason, changing stuff, then you may want to use Google Tag Manager. At the end of the day, what you want to do is that Google can crawl the microdata, right? So that's what you want to do, and it's just a way of implementing. Like, there's no, I don't know that there's any benefits whatsoever implementing via one or the other, unless Marco can tell otherwise.
At the end of the day, it's a personal preference. To me, I'm old school. I code it. I have my own spreadsheet that gives me the output that I want, and that's what I use. I go and then I grab it, I copy, and then I paste it where I want. That's what I like to do. I could do the same thing and copy paste into Google Tag Manager. I just don't want to have to go and learn Google Tag Manager, because it's just something extra that I have to add on my list of 1 million, and that would be 1,000,001 things to do. Right. So it's how do I manage my time the best? I manage my time the best by using the tools that I already have available. If at some point I have an opening where I can set aside time to go learn Google Tag Manager, it could be that it's more beneficial, especially since it's inside a Google property. right? We're always talking about use Google properties. And so it could be that you get a little benefit, a little push from being in there. I don't know. I don't have enough to say. My personal preference, I use JSON plus LD, and I implement manually.
Yep. Or you can go to SERPspace and use the JSON-LD, the markup builder over there, right?
Builder,
and you paste it.
sure.
Yeah, and you copy and you paste it on your website. But yeah, I do it manually too. And last, let's go with Cesar, question number 2. Do you think using crowd search to click through your backlinks is a good use of resources? Yeah, Cesar, like I've done that in the past. I wish I would have updated data, but I would definitely give it a try, because what you're trying to emulate on that case is that you're getting real traffic from your backlinks, which is the number right now. Traffic and interaction is the name of the game, right? Marco has been saying it for a while. We're working on a big project right now that implies traffic and interaction, like real traffic, real people traffic. And it's like a day and night, right? When you have a PBN that's dormant, that's it's floating down the internet, and you have a link from that PBN that nobody visits, and then you have a backlink on Huffington Post, or you have a backlink on Forbes. Not only because it's on Forbes, but also because it will get you a shit ton of traffic, which is what you're looking for, right? So I would say that if you're trying to emulate something like that, I would definitely give it a shot, because you're trying to emulate that. Again, crowd search is having some issues right now because this is mechanical, and you want to have real traffic. That's why I keep saying the best backlink that you can possibly build, is the backlink that will give you traffic, not the backlink that will only give you link shoes. Because just think about it, if it's giving you traffic, it will definitely give you link shoes. It will definitely be relevant, okay? Because let's say that you're commenting on a blog and you're getting a ton of traffic from the blog comment. It's still a blog comment, right? Yeah. In terms of SEO, it doesn't carry much weight if you think about the link itself, but you're getting a lot of relevant traffic, which turns that into a much more powerful backlink, if you ask me. So traffic is the name of the game. I would say interaction is the name of the game. Authority is the name of the game right now. And yeah, I mean, give it a shot and see if it works. All right, guys. Unfortunately, 3 minutes. We have to go unless we have any other announcements. If not, we'll call it. What do you guys say?
I think that's all we got time for. If you haven't yet, check out the Battleplan webinar tomorrow. We'll be there. And then, of course, head over to SERPspace. Check that out if you haven't gotten your account. And then next week, we got a ton of stuff going on. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I think that's about it.
Okay.
Can I just drop just another recommendation, guys? I am going to push to raise the price of RYS Academy as high as my partners will allow me. I am also going to push to raise the price of done-for-you services as high as my partners will allow me, because the new training will be implemented into the done-for-you services. If you're in RYS Academy already, you will probably be grandfathered in, or the fee will be minimal. So get in where you fit in and while you can, because I mean, the price is going up as far as I can push it. I mean, and this isn't just me talking and blowing with you. Guys know me. You guys have been around long enough to know that when I say something, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to push as much as I can, because I think it's totally worth it. So you guys do whatever you want. I don't want to push you into something that you can't afford or that you don't want to do. I just want you to know that this is what's going to happen.
There you go. Pretty good. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you once again, and we see you when we see you. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Marco.
Bye, guys.
All right, man. Take care. Bye, everyone.